Hello Wonderland, Kelly here, out for a Sunday morning summer hike here in Central Virginia. New park to me, got some new toys to try too. Come along, check it out. So this morning I'm at Bear Creek Lake State Park in Cumberland, Virginia, which is a new one for me. So it'll be a notch on my trails quest. And the new toys I have to play with are this. I've got the R7 today, and I picked up the 28mm f2.8 Pancake lens. In the EF mount, I really liked the Pancake lenses, the 24 and 40mm. Just nice and small. It's hardly bigger than a lens cap or a body cap. So really nice when you want to travel small and light and just get some landscape, scenics, city, just walk around kind of lens. Not real flexible, obviously, being 28mm set focal length, but still pretty nice. And the other lens that I got to play with is this one. You might remember a few videos ago, if you saw it, I did the TTArtisan 50mm f0.95. This is the TTArtisan 35mm 0.95. And unlike the 50mm was marketed as a crop sensor lens, but it worked on full frame just fine. It was not sharp around the edges on full frame, but that's kind of part of the appeal of the lens, so I didn't feel like that was a big deal. This one, though, does not just vignette, but it doesn't even produce a full image on a full frame sensor. So not as usable on my R5, which is a bit of a bummer. But since I've got the R7, I haven't really tried this out yet, so thought I would check it out as well. It's pretty similar to the 50mm. It's a little smaller, being a 35, of course. Build quality is the same, looks about the same, other than the size. Kind of a cute little thing. So hoping we'll find some good scenes and subjects to try these out on. So let's see what we can see. I'm on the Lakeside Trail, which has this cool boardwalk. I'd switched to my 100 to 500 because I was hearing a wood pewee, which sounded cool. And as a bird I haven't seen much of, but I didn't catch a glimpse or shot of it. So, I'll hang out here for a moment and see if there's anything good. I can tell you mosquitoes are a problem here. Not awful. I've been in a lot worse. But it's definitely summer. Ooh, the moon is up there. I'm gonna see if I can shoot the moon. Through the trees. Kind of cool. This is a neat idea. It's a fixed photo spot. It's got a little cell phone holder here, and you take a photo with your phone and upload it to a website, and then it keeps kind of a chronological record of what this scene looks like as the seasons change and things happen. Clever idea. I snapped a cell phone shot. I'll upload it, see what else they've got. So this park is basically a part of Cumberland State Forest or National Forest. I forget if it's state or national, but the largest lake in the forest is Bear Creek Lake, so this park was kind of paired off of the larger forest to become a state park. And it's nice. First time here, I like it. Passed the campgrounds on the way in and they were packed, but the trails so far, haven't seen anybody. Just how I like it. Out here in this part of the lake, there was a kingfisher, belted kingfisher, which is one of my favorite birds. I was out on that pole. Got a couple shots before it took off. Maybe I'll see it again. That's pretty. This tree certainly a bit of a catastrophic failure. Just spotted a little southern toad. Luckily I have the 100mm macro along as well. Figured I might see some good flowers and wee critters. One thing about the 28mm Pancake, maximum magnification is only 0.17x. Focus is fairly close, but at 28mm you're not going to get a lot of magnification, so that's something to keep in mind. But trying that, I slapped on the 35 to get some shots of some of the flowers that I'm seeing and some trail shots. I don't know if I really tried doing that with the 50, but at wide apertures might be a neat effect. We'll see. All right, in the meantime, the trail continues, and so do I. Wondered why the mosquitoes suddenly got a lot worse. This swamp would probably explain that. So I was trying to think. There should be a name for when you stumble into a high density mosquito area. I was thinking they're bloodsuckers, so what do you call a group of vampires? Witches are a coven. I'm sure there's a name for a group of vampires. I gotta look that up, and that's what I'm gonna call it. Ooh, this is a nice rooty spot. I enjoy this. That might make for a good shot. But which direction? I think up ahead. All right, let's see. With the light. Yeah, that's a composition. All right, see what we get. So I took a minute to look it up. The collective noun for vampires is indeed coven. I don't know if I knew that or not. Of course, the official collective term for mosquitoes is swarm or a scourge, which I kind of like. Do kind of like scourge. But I might go with coven. The Lakeside Trail ended. Now I'm on the Quail Ridge Trail, which, to be honest, it's not a lot of a trail. It's more of a road, but it's not particularly well maintained. I'm guessing this is not a trail they think a lot of people use. I don't know. Or it's just overdue for a mowing. Just saw some cardinals up ahead, flitting about. which, beautiful birds, and I feel a little bad to feel kind of meh about them because they're so common. We're lucky to have beautiful birds. I thought I just saw something. No, maybe not. All right. So this trail should be going back in the direction that I came from. So trying to make this more or less a loop. See some different stuff. Okay. I hear birds. Other than the cardinals, I really haven't seen any though, except the kingfisher. I did see a great blue heron, but it was pretty far off. I don't think I would have got a good shot. And again, those are not common per se, but coming from Florida, I was pretty used to them, so they don't strike me with awe too much these days. Okay, keep walking. It's warming up. That's why I'm only really doing a morning hike today. This is not a full day wander, so probably not too long a video. Hopefully we'll see some other good stuff though. I've been working out these lenses, but not as much as I might like. So far, nothing really wow factor. Maybe we'll get lucky. Stay tuned. Kind of a cool find. Wild turkey feather, I believe. It's big. I don't think I'll keep it, but still cool to come across. Okay, I am getting hot. Okay, gotta go. So I've got one more small destination in mind this morning before I head home. But on the way to that one, I found this, which is the end of Bear Creek Lake with the dam that forms Bear Creek Lake. So I think I may have mentioned before, Virginia only has 2 natural lakes, and all the rest are impoundments formed by damming various creeks and rivers. So here's a dam for you. Over there, if you can see on the branch, the fallen tree in the water, there's a great blue heron. Again, not too exciting, but I shot him. I think that'll be a good shot. And then over on this pump house type thing, whatever that is over there, there was another kingfisher. And I think I got a couple shots of him. I don't think they're very good. I'm hoping he'll come back. I'll hang out here for just a minute and see. Yeah. Nice little spot. And there's a breeze, which is very helpful. Okay. This is not much of a trail that I'm on. Pretty overgrown right now. So I hope it takes me where I think it's going to take me. Let's find out. Well, totally struck out finding the thing that I'm trying to find. I don't know if it's just too overgrown, too many trees down in there, or if I'm looking in the wrong place, which is always possible. I don't think so though. So I'll have to do some research and come back another day. In the meantime, have some old barn buildings, farm buildings. I think this was a homestead farm in the early 1800s called Oakwood. And what I was looking for is the family cemetery, which has one particularly interesting grave in it, but no dice. Not today anyway. And I'm hot and sweaty and hungry, so I gotta call it. All right, I'll wrap it up then. I don't know if I got too much great this morning. Hopefully I showed you a little bit of what the 28mm and the 35mm lenses I was testing out can do. I like them both. The 28, you can't beat the size and weight. It's literally in my pocket at the moment. So that's handy to be able to have a easily pocketable lens, which is fairly versatile. 28 even on a crop sensor, and it's a full frame lens, so it works on R5 or whatever. But today on the R7, that's an equivalent focal length of, quick math, about 44, 45 millimeters, so a little bit wider than normal, standard 50 millimeter. But yeah, it's good. 2.8 is nice for low light. So if you've got, say, the f4L lenses, you could grab the 28 millimeter when you need a little bit, that extra stop of low light performance indoors. It's a decent focal length, or nighttime outside. Not real, good close focusing, but not great on macro, but not too bad. And the 35, I was mostly using it between, in fact, I was only using it between 0.95 and f2. And it sharpens up quite a bit between wide open and f2. And hopefully I showed you some of that as well. So I think that's another winner. I just wish that, like the 50 millimeter, it would work on the full frames. I didn't realize, well, I mean, it is marketed as an APS-C lens, so I shouldn't have been too surprised, but still. The 50 millimeter was a nice surprise that it works on full frame. Okay, that's it for now. Till next time, you know the drill. Be good to yourself. Take care of each other. Don't forget to be awesome. Get out and wander, even if it is hot. Okay, till next time.